Before his first birthday, his father was dead. Before he turned 20, his mother was buried. He was mocked, starved, jailed, and rejected. This boy became the most influential mind in history. His name was Confucius. You call him Confucius. China, 551 BC. The Zhou dynasty is dying. Warlords burn cities for sport. Brothers kill kings. Fathers sell children. This is the spring and autumn period. A cruel irony. There is no spring, only winter. Confucius wants a job as an advisor to a king. He believes in order, respect, ritual. The nobles laugh. A butcher's son cannot teach emperors, they say. He refuses to quit. He opens the first private school. His price, a bundle of dried meat, 10 strips of beef, rich or poor, criminal or saint. Everyone is welcome. But the historical truth is this: Confucius was fierce. When a governor stole power, he ordered execution. When a student slept, Confucius called him a rotten piece of wood. He did not love you personally, he loved virtue. At 50, he finally gets his chance. A duke hires him. Crime drops. Trade rises. Then jealous rivals send the duke a gift: dancing girls. The duke stops working. He forgets the law completely. Confucius leaves that night. No carriage, no fanfare. He is 56 years old. He will wander 13 years, starved in one city, attacked by bandits in another. Once soldiers surround him, intending to kill him. Confucius simply tunes his lute and begins to sing. He never returns to power. He dies alone in 479 BC. 300 years later, his sayings become official religion. 2,000 years of emperors bow to the poor boy who had no father. The failure becomes the foundation. While Confucius wanders, a former criminal named Mozi invents radical love. He looks at war and says, "No, stop." Mozi is an engineer. He builds siege ladders 50 feet tall. He builds crossbows that fire bolts 1,000 yards. But he builds these only to defend the weak. He invents inclusive care. Love your enemy's child as your own. Mozi walks 300 miles, barefoot, to stop a war. The king of Chu shows off his new siege engines. Mozi says, "I have already practiced defending against them." The king orders a simulation. Mozi ties his belt into a city wall. A twig becomes a battering ram. 9 attacks, 9 counters. The king sighs, "I will not attack." One philosopher saves 10,000 lives. No weapons fired. But Mohism dies. Why? Mozi is too pure. He demands burlap clothes, weeds for food, no music, no dancing. The Chinese choose ancestors. By 200 BC, Confucius wins. Mozi vanishes for 2,000 years. In 1973, archaeologists find lost Mozi texts. The ghost was hiding underground the entire time. Now we meet the villain history tried to erase: Han Fei, a legalist, a mathematician of cruelty. 359 BC. The Duke of Qin hires Han Fei to fix a broken state. Han Fei laughs. He says, "Fear is math." He burns every Confucian book. He abolishes inheritance. He forces neighbors to spy on neighbors. If you hide a criminal, you are cut in half at the waist. If you report him, you get his land. He creates the rule of 10. 1 unit, 1 traitor. All die. Crime drops to 0 overnight. Trust becomes suicide. The Duke wants to test the law. A new order. Take a log from the south gate to the north gate. Receive 10 gold pieces. A drunk man carries the log. He receives 50 gold. The state learns. Qin keeps its word. Qin goes from tribal backwater to a war machine. They conquer China in 221 BC. Han Fei is dead by then, torn apart by chariots after the old duke dies. But his math lives. Every Chinese emperor uses Han Fei's laws. He wrote, "The people are stupid. You cannot discuss great beginnings with them." Now the philosopher everyone loves and no one understands? Zhuangzi. He looks at a dead skull on the road. He taps it with his staff. "How did you end up here?" That night, he dreams the skull speaks. "In death, there are no kings, no taxes. Why would I want to be alive?" Zhuangzi is not a nihilist, he is a relativist. He tells the story of the monkey keeper. The keeper gives 3 nuts in the morning and 4 at night. The monkeys are angry, so he gives 4 in the morning and 3 at night. The monkeys are happy. The total is 7. He calls this following 2 paths at once. The most famous dream in Chinese history. He dreams he is a butterfly flying free, no self, no worry. Then he wakes. He is human. He asks, am I Zhuangzi who dreamed of being a butterfly? Or a butterfly now dreaming he is Zhuangzi? The king of Chu sends officials to hire Zhuangzi as prime minister. They offer gold, silk, land. Zhuangzi is fishing. He points to a turtle in the mud. Would that turtle prefer to be dead, honored in a golden box? Zhuangzi smiles. Go away. I will drag my tail. He never takes an official job, dies poor, happy, free. Now the saddest. Han Fei, a prince of the doomed state of Han. He stutters. He cannot look people in the eye, but he writes like a knife. He says, the ruler is the boat, the people are the water can flip it. He invents the doctrine of the 2 handles, punishment and reward, nothing else. The king of Qin reads Han Fei's essays. He begs, give me this man. But the king's prime minister is Li Si. He gets jealous, lethally jealous. Li Si tricks the king imprisons Han Fei. Li Si sends poison to the cell. Han Fei stutters. He cannot beg for mercy. He swallows the vial. Dies. Alone. Age 47. 3 years later, Li Si helps the first emperor burn all philosophy except legalism. Books turn to ash. The irony? Han Fei wrote that Confucians are parasites. His own master is executed for being one. China's government today says it is communist, but look closer. The hierarchy is Confucian, the control is legalist, the infrastructure is Mohist, and the people dream like Zhuangzi's butterfly. 3,000 years. The log is still waiting to be moved. What will you carry? History does not repeat, it just forgets to change.